Hey guys, Wrestling Throwdown here. I'm Haley, this is Joe, and we are going to talk about shitty TLC last night.
Ladder shared.
Perfect name for it. As you can see, I did not like it, and neither did Joe. There was only one match I really liked. The other match was good, but I didn't like the ending, so I'm going to say right now the match of the night was the first match.
Called it. I told
That
you I
was
was
the
going to steal
only
the
match that was amazing because it was Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler always puts on a good show, but both of them together were just so awesome. There was blood. They both got cut open, and it was only a ladder match. I mean, you would think that it wouldn't be that great, but with Dolph Ziggler, he always just so
See, here's the
amazing.
thing. Sometimes less is more. They try to throw so much at you, all this bullshit gimmick matches, where a simple ladder match with two great wrestlers, up-and-coming big man and Luke Harper, Ziggler's obviously coming into his zone as a performer. You know what I mean? Like, that had, Ziggler wins the title back, which I thought was great to see, even though the title has flip-flopped a million times. Ziggler's white hot right now. I think the title's better off on him. It's the man making the title theory. So I did like that to see Dolph get a big win, and it kicked off the show in a good way. But it definitely seemed like things went viral.
It's almost like that should have been the main event, like seriously, because they started off really strong and then it just went downhill from there.
Exactly. They peaked too early.
Yeah. And Dolph won. I think it was because it was his hometown and everything, so he retained. And plus, they're pushing him now and everything like that, so they might as well. I mean, I would like Luke Harper to obviously have a longer title reign eventually, but we'll see. Obviously, this feud is not going to be done because obviously Luke Harper needs a rematch, and so we will see.
Harper helped elevate him in the feud for Survivor Series, and now Ziggler. I don't think they realized Ziggler was going to get this hot. So, I mean, at this point, it's your most defended title on television because we don't see the WWE title anymore. So, why not put it back on Ziggler? He's the man right now, and he's got all the momentum in the world.
Exactly. Usos versus Miz and Mizdow for the tag team titles. And this ended up in a DQ match. I know some people liked this match, but I mean, he hit the Usos with the slammies and everything. And Naomi, she was watching from backstage, so she wasn't even out at ringside like we thought. So Usos did win technically, but obviously Miz and Mizdow retained. So this feud is obviously not done yet by a long shot, especially since the Naomi thing. They're just going to keep obviously adding into that, and hopefully Maurice comes one day. So, I
think we're going to get her probably before the Rumble. I think this feud at least goes till the Rumble, which is a little ways off away. We got a good 8 weeks worth of hype for the Rumble. So, I think it's going to be a great feud. I don't know if the Usos end up winning the titles back, if Miz and Mizdow finally have the split. But right now I'm really enjoying this feud. Underwhelmed with the finish. I feel like they do too many shitty DQ finishes on pay-per-view or on the special events, and it just becomes too much. Overall, glad Miz and Mizdow retained, and we'll see this feud and program.
A lot of the endings of these matches were shitty. One was a DQ, one was a pass out, one was hairspray in the face, and the other one was blinding in the eye too. So there was 4 matches that were just. And then you want to count the tables match. There was one the ref didn't see, and we'll talk about that after. But that was just too many crazy ass ending matches. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Eric Rowan versus Big Show. I was pissed about this one. Steel chairs. Big Show won. Why did Big Show win? I'm not even understanding why they made Big Show win. It makes no sense. Why did he need to win anyways? I mean, the last time he was relevant, I'm watching Royal Rumble 2003, and he was with Paul Heyman, and that was the only time he was really cool. He was still young. That's when he actually still had potential. But now it's just he doesn't need to win.
No. A lot of people are very upset. I know you've been behind Rowan and his push, but even if you're not behind Rowan, this was the obvious victory that he needed. Beat the aging, sloppy Big Slow, who should have retired 5 years ago. It's funny, big shout out to Chris Oriano, who works at Sirius XM Radio, lives out in New York, does some YouTube and Facebook videos. I think someone posted one of his videos in our group recently, and he was very much like upset about that finish, and like, you know, Big Show should have retired 5 years ago. Show should have came, and it's like these guys are doing themselves no service at this point. I don't get it. And it seems like that's a Vince call, and some of the Vince calls just scratch my head. Oh yeah, we'll give the Rinda Paul tonight.
It's just stupid. I mean, obviously their feud's going to continue, but, I mean, I don't know what else they could do with it.
Yeah. I mean, unless you just have him eliminate him at the Rumble and it ends that way, like maybe, you know, he has the... It usually takes more than one person to eliminate the Big Show. So,
Yeah.
you know, you have the Big Show by himself, and maybe that could be the culmination. I'm hoping.
Yeah. Alrighty, Seth Rollins versus John Cena. I thought this was supposed to be the main event, but I'm glad it wasn't because it was just a hot mess. Tables match. The match itself wasn't horrible. It was too much going on. Obviously, John Cena put Seth through a table, but the ref didn't see it. The ref got knocked out. So, you know, Joey Mercury and Jamie Noble, they got rid of the evidence. And then they both went through the table, John Cena and Seth, and that was when the ref seen it, and so they just restarted the match because they couldn't see who went through first. And then Cena put Seth through a table, but the table didn't break. I mean, they tried it like 3 or 4 times, and it was just pointless. And so then Roman comes out. Big Show first came out, and then Roman came out, obviously, and Roman helped Cena. Got involved, punched Seth to get him into the STF, and that was pretty much it. I mean, so obviously Roman is an asshole, and I'm just joking. And, I mean, I knew Cena was going to win anyway, so it wasn't really...
It was an underwhelming way to bring Roman back. I mean, we knew he was probably going to be brought back in the storylines with his winning the Slammy on Raw. So, I mean, I don't think anyone was too surprised by this. I think some people thought maybe Randy at this point would have been the guy as well.
Where is Randy? Randy should have came back by now. Like, it's pissing me off.
Seems like they're saving him. I don't know the deal with that. But, I mean, even Chris Sterling posted on our group and said, like, it seemed like kind of an underwhelming response to Roman's involvement. And I felt like it hurt Cena because it felt like Cena couldn't do it by himself. Too much shenanigans, like you said, with Big Show coming down. And J&J Security is kind of funny, but do they have to get involved in every single match? Like,
yeah, it was just a mess. There was too much going on in that whole match.
So, yeah, like you said, like, I mean, Big Show, now apparently he's going to be the big muscle for Seth. Like, he's going to be at the big push. Maybe Seth's getting sick of Kane.
I think it's more of a Xena thing. Like, I feel like him and Xena haven't finished their thing yet. And that's why maybe I felt like that's what should have happened. Like, Big Show should have helped Seth, and Seth should have won. And then maybe Xena and Big Show could have had their little final match or whatever at Royal Rumble or whenever they were going to have it.
Yeah. And who knows what...
Obviously, there's unfinished business there, so...
Well, one can make the argument the ultimate unfinished business is Cena and Lesnar, and that was the obvious finish here. But clearly, it's once again the WWE not allowing Cena to put over young talent. It becomes a broken record at this point.
Yeah, he did talk good about Seth on SmackDown. He said that he was damn good, and he's very talented and gifted and everything like that. But other than he says that to a lot of guys, though. Yeah,
exactly. That's how Cena reels you in. That's how he reeled Zack Ryder in. That's the other thing. That's why I'm worried about Ziggler. Usually being Cena's friend on camera is not a good thing. It just ruins your career. Ask Zack Ryder about it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And then Nikki Bella versus AJ. This I definitely need to talk about because this was fucked up because AJ's supposedly injured now. I don't know if it's legit. It seems like it's legit because my website's even saying it's legit. Nikki Bella retained after she sprayed hairspray in AJ's eyes. Now, when they use hairspray, usually it's water or something like that to make it look like hairspray and like a hairspray thing. Supposedly they used real hairspray. Why they used real hairspray, I have no idea. But they try to say that AJ should have closed her eyes and that the timing was off and they were supposed to prepare for it and everything like that, and she didn't close her eyes on time, and it got in her eye and they had to flush out her eye, and she's fine now, I guess, but like she had like, I don't know if it was like, I don't know. They said it was some kind of like, I don't know, eye injury or something like that, but they flushed out her eyes and I guess she's okay now. But like seriously, why the hell would you take a chance and use real hairspray? I mean, Nikki and AJ already hate each other, so Nikki could have maybe injured AJ on purpose and not have told her about the hairspray. But it's like seriously. And then you're
Yeah,
going on the whole not closing the eyes on time. It's so stupid.
I mean, first of all, you had another dirty finish. We talk about that, but like, yeah, I mean, I didn't realize this. You know, she had kind of a legit injury out of this. It reminds me of when Jerry Lawler did a program with Jake the Snake in like '95, '96, and Jake the Snake was doing the religious gimmick because he was trying to go sober. And Jerry Lawler, who doesn't drink, poured a legit bottle of whiskey on freaking Jake the Snake. It's like, this guy's a recovered alcoholic. What the hell are you doing? So, I mean, sometimes they do shit like that.
Well, I mean, Chris Jericho, I mean, you can argue with that with Chris Jericho and CM Punk, too, I guess.
Yeah, but according to what Jericho
said... His dad, too, was an alcoholic, and then, obviously, I mean...
both parties, like, Punk was cool with that, and, like, that was at least agreed upon.
Yeah. Well, Jerry's an asshole anyway, so I don't like Jerry. I never have liked Jerry, so...
He can be. I don't hate him, but I see why you would feel that way.
Ryback versus Kane. This was a chairs match. This was another just random garbage match. Ryback won, obviously.
At least the guy who's getting clips got the victory in this one, where we didn't see that, the trend in all these matches. I would have laughed
if Kane won, though. I seriously would have. I would have just been like, what the hell?
Get the authority, all victories, like, oh, unbelievable.
Just crazy. And this is another one too. Everyone said that it was good and everything. I'm like, it was way too short for one, and two, it was another crappy finish. But you know what? It needs to be done. Even though Jack Swagger did pass out, it needs to be done after this. I'm just done. I don't even care if he gets his undefeated streak. I don't care if it's Ryback. I don't care if it's John Cena anymore. But it's just like, stop doing this to Jack Swagger. I know he passed out and technically he didn't lose, but it's kind of like this. It's getting kind of annoying now to the point where it just needs to be done between these two.
Oh, and I agree. I mean, they essentially played out the feud, and like Swag was just kind of floating, but still kind of getting over. And now they do the whole thing where they do the hit on Zeb, and Zeb's injured again, and like, you know, now just to randomly pass out. Where does Swagger go from here? I mean, I don't know. I mean, at this point, is he simply a mid-carder put over guy? Which, hey, you can make a living that way. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But that may be the category that Swag's maybe falling in. You know, I do feel like Ryback is going to be the guy. Just gut feeling. Wouldn't shock me if it was Cena either. But and the internet was talking about a European title being debuted. No mention of that, huh?
Yeah, Lana, I guess, posted or tweeted about it, and she hurried up and deleted it. They probably yelled at her for it.
Yeah. Huh.
And so... Yeah, she like did something about it, like a new title or whatever, the new revised title or something like that, which wouldn't be a bad thing for them to bring in another title, because I think that could be good for like Cesaro or Wade Barrett.
There's Wade Barrett. There's plenty of Europeans on the Adrian Neville, who's probably getting called up soon. Plenty of Europeans on the roster right now, and you know, the United States Championship was WCW's title. WWE used it for the past 15 years, sometimes better than others, but that was WCW's title at the end of the day. The European title, synonymous with the WWF, with the British Bulldog and Owen, and when they all had all this international and Canadian talent in the 90s. Now they have a similar roster in that regard. I think the European title could be a good prop at this point, and you know, it's something fresh. We haven't seen it since the
And
early
anybody
2000s.
can go for it. That's why I said, Cesaro. I know he's not, from Europe. I know he's from Switzerland, but he's obviously like any kind of nationality, because like obviously Rusev has the U.S. So it's just like I think that would be a good title for Cesaro, because I mean that would give him a push and everything like that. It would be new and everything.
Well, what it seems like they would change the U.S. to the Euro, though. And they're not going to add an additional. They're going to kill the U.S.
Well, yeah, whatever they do to it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, like this was the whole rumor thing that Lana did a picture or whatever and shared it up and deleted it, and they said that they're going to be bringing it maybe in like the next month or so. I don't know. Who the hell knows?
Yeah, I could see it even had the new WWE logo on it, so it seemed official. It didn't seem like, it was
the U.S. has nothing for it anyways. It's just it's been like the lowest title for like so long, and just no one cares about the U.S. title anymore. So
last time it was really relevant was when the Miz of all people had it, and he ended up winning Money in the Bank and kind of using it as a springboard to get in the main event.
With Daniel Bryan, him and Daniel Bryan, yeah, that was when it was.
Right, and then after that it was just kind of downhill.
Yeah. And so Rusev win, like I said. And then obviously the main event, Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt. Now this was a good match, but the ending was stupid. The TV blew up, and or the monitor, if you want to call it. What?
No, it's just I can't believe they just finished like.
Yeah, like the monitor, whatever it's called, I guess. He tried to grab it, and he just kept pulling it and everything like that, and the cord broke, and it just sparks blew up in his face. And he was blinded, and then obviously Wyatt did Sister Abigail, took advantage, and then won. And I think this is done after this. I think it needs to end.
I agreed. It's been a disappointment.
I wish Dean would have got one victory. Like, why the hell do they keep making Dean is like losing every single match. I've noticed this. Like he's so awesome, he's so over and everything like that. He always has these great matches, but he keeps losing.
He hasn't won a pay-per-view match since the Shield split, I don't think.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't think he's won one match clean. And it's like, how many ways can we almost kill Dean Ambrose? We're going to smash his head into concrete cinder blocks. We're going to rip his throat out. We're going to have TVs explode in his face. This guy is inhuman. Like, they're going to make him a zombie. That's going to be his new gimmick. Like they're going to have dead people. Like, it's just unbelievable. You'd think he wins the Breakout Star of the Year award, but to be the Breakout Star, don't you have to win some matches? And, we all know it's a work, but, I mean, obviously, Bray, you can make the argument, and we were talking about this in the preview show, Bray Wyatt needed to win as well. So it's not like both these guys were in similar positions, but maybe, just maybe, if they had Wyatt go over on Cena months and months ago, we wouldn't be in this predicament where Wyatt was so desperate for it.
To tell you the truth, though, a lot of people do say that Wyatt needed this a little bit more than Dean Ambrose, because Dean can always come back from this. So I can agree with that, because Dean is so over right now that he doesn't really, I mean, it would be nice for him to have a victory, but like he has such great matches that it really wouldn't matter, because he would still be the top babyface right now.
What my vision is of the WWE is that we get rid of all the dinosaurs, we put them all in the museums where they belong, from Big Show to Kane to Mark Henry, and John Cena, I'm including you in this too. Friggin' get them all out there, and let's get Kevin Steen and Kenta and Devitt, who debuted the body paint in awesome fashion, and Sammy. I know you don't like Neville, but Neville's a part of this too. And all these guys, let's get them all up there. Let's integrate them with Seth, with Dean, with Roman, with Bray, with all these young, with Cesaro, and you got a dream roster of young talent that could kill it, that could smoke anybody's show. I mean, you can make the argument the Ring of Honor pay-per-view was better than WWE TLC. It was very disappointing. It even was under my expectations, and I didn't have particularly too high expectations for this show.
Yeah.
I didn't invest my $9.99 or my money at the bar and actually watching this pay-per-view. I just followed it online through people's posts, including Sterling's and Chris Toriano's and a few others. Big shout out. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad I didn't watch it. I'll
I
watch
feel
Raw
like I
tonight.
fell in love. I was worried about spoilers because I couldn't watch it live, and I wouldn't even have cared.
Yeah, no, exactly. I
The
mean, like,
main thing was Roman's back. That's pretty much what the main thing of the pay-per-view was for. That's
yeah,
pretty much what it was.
Roman's back, and now they're gonna hype towards Royal Rumble, and Roman's obviously gonna be a top contender. We all see where this is going.
Yes, we've seen it for a while now.
Yeah, well, blind man can see.
Brian was there too last night, but they said I guess like they're hoping to get him back in like the next 2 months. So I guess he's not supposed to be there at Royal Rumble. But they want him for WrestleMania.
I guess we'll see. I don't even know what match like makes sense for Brian. I've been trying to figure that out. You know, watch them throw him in there.
He could feud with Seth. I think that would be actually a good match for them. Seth
and they had
Brian at WrestleMania before he cashes in. I think that would be a good match.
Be a good one. I feel Seth and Randy is going to be WrestleMania, but
where the hell's Randy?
I mean, it's all.
I don't know though. No, I did hear that this week, and it's actually in Detroit too tonight. I really wanted to get tickets, but my brother didn't want to get tickets. Raw, it's in Detroit tonight, but they did say like there are rumors going around that this Raw is supposed to be like a lot better than what it has been. Like that's why I don't know. I guess they're gonna make up for whatever, but because like Chris is in charge or something like that, they're planning for something big tonight. So Randy could return tonight.
It's literally Raw as Jericho. I can see Randy returning with that. I think maybe we'll get some surprises. We'll see. I think it's going to – they need to hit a home run with Raw tonight. Because let me tell you something. We all read the article of how the main roster is a little butthurt that NXT is getting over, brother, a lot more than them. And you know what? Those kids are busting their ass, and they don't have a million writers manipulating them. They're friggin' got Triple H and Dusty and a few friggin' people that know wrestling writing their shit. And it's good. And it's not overthought and exploding TVs and friggin' this stupid crap. Like it's wrestling done right, and like we all saw the memes going around like wrestling done right. This is what it's looked like. And, you know, I didn't necessarily watch NXT live. Like I was out celebrating my 30th birthday, but I saw the YouTube clips. I wish that makes me want to get the network NXT. And just, you know, Kevin Owens' debut and now him and Sammy are going to have that feud and show the freaking world how awesome those two can tear it up, just like they did in Ring of Honor and all across the world in the independents. So they got me so excited to be a wrestling fan at NXT, but WWE, like the WWE brand, it's borderline shameful right now. They need to get their head out of their ass. I mean, they've had some good moments. Ziggler's on fire right now. Sandow, you know, there's still a lot of buzz over the Sting debut. You know, I mean, Lesnar, at least his name's in the conversation, even though people are pissed he's not there. All these podcast interviews. At least wrestling is a trending topic right now. But to me, I mean, WWE needs to step their game up, and I think they just, you know what I mean, the best thing would be to call up the guys that need to be called up and take the old dogs behind the woodshed and do what you got to do with these old dogs. And I'm not saying maybe Cena has to retire this year, but Big Show, Kane, Mark Henry, definitely. And, like, Cena needs to be more of a veteran, legend, enhancement talent. He needs to not – I don't want to see him break Flair's record. Let it stay at 15. We all thought Triple H was going to break it. He didn't end up breaking it. Like, give that record some prestige that people keep chasing it but keep coming up short. You know what I mean? Enough. Like, it's time. I never want to see Cena with the title again. Let's let Seth have it. Roman, Bray, the younger guys, let them get over with that title. Like, maybe you give it to Jericho once as, like, a final run or something. But, like, I don't want to – huh?
I said that'd be awesome.
I would like to see him get it one more time before he retires. That's the Jerichoholic in me. But I would like to. I think he could have a feud with one of those guys I just mentioned and have a short run with it. But my beautiful girlfriend just got here, Haley, and we were about to go get something to eat. And big out there. Hopefully this review was a lot better than TLCS last night. Tables, ladders, chairs, and shit.
Yeah. Vince even said, too, that Raw being 3 hours is too much anyways. So I'm thinking that it's going to go back to 2 hours. very soon. Joe, if you have to leave, you can leave. I don't.
Yeah. All right. Later.
All right, bye. All right, guys. Sorry, probably sounded mean, but yeah, like that's what I like about Vince. You know, he actually is saying that obviously that 3 hours is too much and that it needs to go back to 2 hours. So hopefully, maybe if when it does go back to 2 hours, whenever it does, maybe this year, coming up year, it does. Um, Hopefully they do something better booking, and that's when maybe they will, you know, get rid of Kane, Big Show, and Mark Henry, because they're not going to have enough time for them, you know, to put them on the roster. They're not going to have time to give them matches and feuds and storylines and all that stuff, because it's just like they need to have time for obviously the younger talent, you know. And since they've had 3 hours, yeah, they've had time to, you know, give Kane and Big Show, Mark Henry feuds and storylines. But once they, you know, cut down an hour, they're not going to have time for them. So all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter. And don't forget to join our Facebook group. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.